Linda worked at Rudolph's, this restaurant in Uptown where we all work. She would leave the sweater here every day in case it got cold in the restaurant. On chilly days, she would put on the sweater. No one else would wear it, even though it was always hanging on the closet, and it was often cold. Actually, sometimes Irene, the dishwasher, would wear it, but only if it was really cold. One day Linda quit. She had gotten a job somewhere else, but she left the sweater behind. It hung in the closet for weeks. We were all afraid of it. And one day I started taking pictures of Linda's sweater. I wound up with almost 100 snapshots of the sweater, and then I started shooting the sweater with a movie camera. It helped pass the time at work, and it was kind of fun.
I hate the sweater because it's ugly. It symbolizes our life at Rudolph.
I met Linda's sweater about 6 months ago.
Was it that long?
Yeah, I think it was that long ago because I think it was cold. Or it was maybe spring because she left her sweater. If it had been any colder, she wouldn't have left her sweater. So it was probably about 6 months ago. To cart the sweater around, whenever I take Joyce anywhere, the sweater is with us. Is the sweater with us tonight?
Yes, it's on the floor. I think I'm stepping on it.
The sweater goes to Target. Buying Halloween decorations.
My friends began to joke around saying that the sweater was ours. And I don't think so, but it became just as obsessive because I carried it around with me for about a year.
The sweater is like the shroud of Turan. You know what I'm saying? Now you can edit this.
Yeah, I know.
It's basically sort of an every man, every woman premise.
This little sweater movie I was doing suddenly became a film, and it was a film, and I had to finish it, and the only thing to do then was to just set a deadline and then try desperately to make it.
I guess it's kind of hard for me to remember Joyce before the sweater. I haven't known her that long. And the sweater's pretty much been part of her life and, kind of part of our friendship from the beginning. They say at Rudolph's that the sweater belonged to some woman who used to work there, but I never met that woman and I don't remember her name or anything. So that really means nothing to me as far as I'm concerned. The sweater belongs to Joyce. And it's just kind of always there. And I remember one time when Joyce lost her red hat that she really liked, she was pretty upset. But I just kept thinking, hey, at least it wasn't the sweater. And I said that to her, and that kind of cheered her up a little. I guess that there's a certain comfort in it, a certain, there's a knowledge that if Joyce and I are doing something, the sweater will be there. And you don't find that kind of security very many places today.
I would say in general that my friends liked the sweater. They liked doing stuff with it and posing with it for pictures and being in the film. But
Sweater? Not particularly, actually, because rust is not my color. I would pick something more in the red lines or the jewel tones. Rust is not my color. I don't necessarily care for the ribs. I think they tend to be a little unflattering. And
my friends would say, "Oh God, not the sweater again, Joyce. Anything but the sweater." So it got to be really hard to shoot without people. Well, it got to be really hard to shoot sometimes because most of my footage would just come back either too light or too dark, or there was always something wrong with it.
The dirt on that sleeve. Did you wash this?
Mm-hmm.
It does have pockets. I like that. Pockets are nice.
Some of the best footage I think I lost altogether, like this great shot I had of John Waters when he spoke in St. Paul, and he was waving the sweater, and the film came back looking something like this. Needless to say, I was a little disappointed. And some of my favorite shots were the ones that would come back with just a single light bulb. That was always great. I had lots of those, the single light bulb shot. You don't know what they were supposed to be of, or really who's in them, or you can't see the sweater at all, even.
I don't know. I'd love to talk about the sweater, but I'm feeling a little gassy right now.
I think it's an ugly sweater, the ugliest color ever. And it smells weird. It looks weird. Kind of like the sweater that Joyce is wearing right now. And it looks kind of like old bark of a tree. And it looks really disgusting. It probably smells like it was 200 years old and left in a garbage dump.
I guess I just finally realized at some point that none of my friends were as obsessed with the sweater as I was. I guess I had to be more obsessed since it was my thing. And that was okay.